What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe, and today we're going to take a look at my top 10 favorite Marvel Legends figures of 2017. And this is just my list. I know everybody's going to have different lists out there, different opinions, and that's what makes collecting awesome and making these lists fun and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video, even though you won't agree with a lot of the choices, but let's get right into this. And let's start off with my honorable mentions, and I'm kind of cheating here because I have a big group. This is 10 figures that I briefly considered for my top 10. All these could have been in my top 10, but they just didn't quite make it. So let's take a quick look. Let's run through these real quick. We have Invincible Iron Man. In my opinion, this is Hasbro's best Iron Man figure. Then we have the new Black Panther from the Black Panther movie wave, and this is a dope figure. This is the first time I've seen them do the face scan sculpt thing, and they did a really good job. It's almost import quality. And then we have Ares, and this is a much needed re-release. Back in the day, they did a Build-A-Figure. He's super expensive now, and there's knockoffs and things like that, so it's really cool that they re-released him with some improvements. And then we have Captain Universe, which he wasn't a figure that I was expecting to enjoy so much, but he's really dope. He comes with a couple different heads, and he's awesome to put into your cosmic display. Then we have the Jim Lee Cyclops from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave, and this is a character that a lot of people wanted out there because Toy Biz put one out back in the day, but it was very ugly, so he was a much needed character for your Jim Lee X-Men, and they did a good job except for the loose straps and stuff like that. But yeah, he's a cool figure. And then back here we have the Vulture Build-A-Wing kind of thing, and I like that because it's really well done, and on top of that, it opens up the possibilities for like what they could do for Build-A-Figures, like Build-A-Vehicles and stuff like that. So it's really dope, and it's cool that this figure it fits in with like other versions of Homecoming Spider-Man. Like he looks great with the Figure Arts one, and he looks great with the Mafex one, so I like that figure a lot. And then here we have Moon Knight. And this figure's dope and everything. I'm not a huge fan of this modern costume, but it is cool, and I am happy that they finally put out a new Moon Knight figure. Yeah, but he's really dope, and this is not a body I've seen before. I think it was unique to him, so it's a pretty cool figure. Just didn't quite make my top 10. And then we have Adam Warlock, and this is a figure I was super excited to get. I love the Guardians run from like the 2005 era, I think like 2005 to 2007 or something, the DNA run, and he was really dope in there, so I'm glad to add him to my display for my cosmic my cosmic legends of that time. Same thing for Darkhawk. He was running around in War of the Kings, and that's when I became a fan of him. I know he was around long before then, but that's when I started liking him. So I was glad to have him to put in my cosmic display. I wasn't a fan of how they did the wings, but that's kind of how the character design is. There really isn't any other way to do it anyways. But yeah, this is a really cool figure. And then last but not least, we have Dead Set 2, which is a dope figure, and what's so cool about him is he's really obscure. I never thought that Hasbro would dig that deep and make this character and do such a good job on him, so very happy about him. But yeah, that's 10 figures I think could have made it into my top 10, but just didn't quite do it, so that's the honorable mentions. And before we get into the top 10 figures, let's take a look at my favorite Build-A-Figure, and that would have to be Man-Thing from the Netflix/Marvel Knights wave. And I never thought I'd want a new Man-Thing figure because of how much I like the Toy Biz one, but once I had this one in hand, I had to get it, and it turned out to be my favorite of the year. And the runner-up for the Build-A-Figure of the year would have been the Warlock figure. And actually, the Warlock wave was pretty much my favorite wave of the year. It had a bunch of great figures that I liked a lot. But yeah, this Build-A-Figure is dope, but he's just he didn't top the list for me for the Build-A-Figures. That award goes to Man-Thing. So for number 10 on my list, I'm going with the Homemade Suit Homecoming Spider-Man. And this figure was awesome. He was a lot of fun to play with. He came with interchangeable hands. He had like an interchangeable hood. And for the whole year, this was the only figure of this version of the character. So, the tech suit Spider-Man, everybody made a version of him. I really wish more people took a stab at this version. I know that the Figure Arts version is starting to come out now, but he doesn't look that great to me. I don't know. So I'm really happy with this one. Yeah, this one just is awesome. I like the whole idea of this like design. I like that it's inspired by Scarlet Spider and stuff. So it's a really dope design, really dope character, and really dope figure. So I'm very happy about this guy. Number 10, Homemade Suit Spider-Man. And for number 9 on my list, I'm going with Sunfire from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. I've always wanted a figure of the classic Sunfire costume. We got the Age of Apocalypse one a couple years back, and this one is pretty perfect. There's not much going on with him, but he has really great articulation, and it captures the look of the character perfectly. So I was really happy with them. So that's my number 9, Sunfire. And at number 8, I have Shatterstar from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. And I've always really liked Shatterstar, especially back in the day when Toy Biz used to do the 5-inch like X-Men and X-Force line. They always had a couple cool Shatterstars floating around there, and I always liked them. So I was really excited when they announced this guy 20 years later, and he really did not disappoint. He's got the goofy swords, he's got the ponytail, he's got the crazy headgear, so he's a really cool figure. And I do hope to get more like random X-Force characters. I'd love to get like something crazy like Grizzly or something. I doubt that would ever happen, but that'd be interesting. But yeah, number 8, Shatterstar. And for number 7, I'm going with Namor from the new Black Panther movie wave. And I think that this figure really captures the look of this character perfectly. There's really nothing else differently they could have done, I don't think. And I've always wanted a figure of Namor in this look, and I know Hasbro did one years ago, but that thing was a abomination. So I had it for like a month or something, and then I sold it. For some reason, it was going for like a lot of money on eBay. But yeah, anyways, I sold it. It was garbage, and this one's awesome. They definitely made up for it with this guy. So number 7, Namor. And at number 6, I have the Comic-Con exclusive Odin's Son Thor, or Forsaken Thor, or something. I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's from the Battle for Asgard box set. And this figure just really surprised me. I wasn't really expecting much from it, but I really enjoyed it. I messed around with this figure for a long time before leaving it on the shelf. But yep, there we go. That's number 6, Thor. So at number 5, I have Ulik from the Comic-Con exclusive Battle for Asgard set again. And this figure is just perfect to me. I really like it. It captures the character perfectly. I love like the old like goofy kind of crazy Jack Kirby kind of thing. And this character really reminds me of that. He's got a lot of dope sculpting all over him, has nice sculpted details on the arms and stuff like that. And all the skin areas actually have really nice sculpted details. I think that this reuses a couple pieces from the Rhino Build-A-Figure, but it's pretty well hidden inside of all the other new stuff. So this is a really dope figure. I like this guy a lot. So number 5, Ulik. And at number 4, I have Angela from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie wave, the first wave. Actually, I don't know if it's Angela or whatever, but this figure is dope. I love all the details they have on her. And this is a character that like I never thought we'd see a Marvel Legends figure of. It's crazy how like she ended up at Marvel, but it's really cool that they went ahead and made a figure of her, and they did not like disappoint. Look at her, she's awesome. She's got all kinds of crazy details. Her hair is crazy. Her articulation is really good too. I didn't review this figure or anything, so I'll take a minute to talk about it. But yeah, the articulation is really good. I was especially surprised by the torso joints. And I really like how like they did the shoulder pads here. They're like soft plastic or rubber or whatever, so they really don't get in the way. As you can see there, it kind of just bends out of the way. But yeah, this is a dope figure, and it has like a bunch of cool weapons and stuff like that. So the cool thing about this figure is it really gives me hope for other like characters that Marvel's acquired. Like this kind of makes me feel like one day we could see a Miracle Man figure, which is highly unlikely because I haven't done anything with him really other than release like reprints. But it would be really cool to see a figure of him. But anyways, yeah, Angela makes me think of that. But yeah, this is a really cool figure, and yeah, she's dope. That's number 4. So at number 3, I have Bor from the Comic-Con exclusive Battle for Asgard set, and he was the main reason why I wanted that set. If he wasn't in there, I probably wouldn't have picked it up, and I would have missed out on some other good figures that I like a lot. But yeah, this figure just is awesome. Look how he's huge. He's got a dope looking axe. He's got a bunch of cool sculpting work. He's got like really cool like sculpted armor. I love his face sculpt and his crazy beard. He has like he works for like a generic Viking too, if you want to use him for that. But yeah, he's a dope figure. And yeah, that's number 3, Bor. For the number 2 figure on my list, I'm going with Colossus from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. And I didn't really think that I wanted an updated version of Colossus because I always liked my Toy Biz one. But once I had this one in hand, I was really happy to have it. And yeah, he's dope. He's just like a really clean looking Colossus. He looks very nice. I love the way his arms look. He comes with 2 different heads. He comes with this head and then a bearded head. I never display the bearded head, but it looks cool. But yeah, this is a dope figure. He's awesome. He's like massive. I think it's on the same body as Death's head, so he's pretty tall. But yeah, that's number 2, Colossus. And now for my number 1 pick, my favorite Marvel Legends figure of 2017. I honestly believe not too many people are going to agree with me, but I'm going with Old Man Logan from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. This figure is just dope to me. I mean, it's really hard to say why. I know he's not incredible or anything, but I think he's perfect. I'm always a sucker for like a good Wolverine or Logan figure. So yeah, I was really happy about this guy when he came out. And it came out around the time that the Logan movie was out. And, everybody was blown away by that. So that kind of just added to the overall experience of picking up this figure. And, yeah, I always like it. For me, it's perfect. I'm not even a big fan of, the Old Man Logan comic, or actually, I've wanted to check out the recent modern Old Man Logan because I think it's by Jeff Lemire and I'm a big fan of his. So, but I haven't had a chance to check it out. So, you know, I'm not really attached to the character look or anything, but I just really like the figure. I think he captures Logan perfect. He's like short and he looks angry. I do wish that the claws had a more metallic look to him. But yeah, he's awesome. He's a really dope figure. And then there's a lot of possibilities with him because you could pop his head off and, you know, throw on a different Wolverine head. And then you have like a Days of Future Past kind of Wolverine. So that's really awesome too. I know a lot of people would be into that. So that's number 1 for me, Old Man Logan. And that's it for my top 10 Marvel Legends figures of 2017. In my opinion, Marvel Legends had an awesome year. And it's hard to kind of integrate like Marvel Legends with other different toy companies because, you know, there's still $20 figures and there's a lot of other good stuff out there like Mezco and Figure Arts, and to me it's really hard to compare all these things, so that's why I got a bunch of different lists going. And but yeah, in my opinion, Marvel Legends had a really great year this year, probably one of the best, just like last year they had one of the best years, I think. And there was a lot of figures that I wasn't even able to pick up that might have made my top 10. Like for instance, I think if I had Bullseye, he would have been in my top 10, and if I had the Hela figure, she would have been in my top 10. And if not top 10, then honorable mentions for sure, because both of those figures look awesome. I just didn't get a chance to pick them up. But yeah, there was actually quite a bit of Marvel Legends I wasn't able to pick up this year. I didn't pick up any of the retro figures. I didn't pick up any of the 2-packs. I didn't pick up the GameStop Deadpool. I didn't pick up most of the Netflix wave, but it was all good stuff. I just wasn't able to get it all. But yeah, they had a really good year, so it's cool that there was so much to get. But yeah, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And thank you very much. Peace.
That's crispy.